Friend Story, and today I'm going to be talking about the books I wish I've read in 2021. So even though I say that 2021 was a good reading month for me, I honestly still feel bad for the ones I get a chance to read, the ones that came out this year, and that's why I always do this list every year, and I also love doing that. So let's get to the books that I wish that I've read in 2021. So the first book I wish I've read in 2021 is All of Tides of Fate by Adeline Grace. This is the second book in the All Stars and Teeth duology. I actually forgot what the actual name of the duology is, but that's just the last book of that. And if you haven't read the first book's about a girl who was about to become a ruler, but she has a power to control souls, and then she was going to go on a journey to prove that she's worthy of ruler, and then she meets a pirate, and the whole book goes from there. And I honestly love the first book so much that I got the second book, and I still want to know what happens in the book, and I wish I've read earlier, but of course there's always like so many books that I wanted to read, and I always feel like there's always so little time, but I still hope I'll end up reading this in 2022, just because I had so many sequels on my TBR. It's not even funny, but I still hope that I would end up picking up next year, and I still feel bad for not picking up in 2021. And the next book that I wish that I've read in 2021 is Lake's Edge by Lindell Clipstone. This is about a girl whose brother who ends up doing some black magic, and then they end up in this mansion, and that's all I remember from this synopsis. And this sounded really interesting to me because it sounds like a good spooky read, obviously, and then I just love this cover. This cover reminds me of the Haunted Mansion from Disney, and that's what caught my eye about this book. And I did want to read it for the Halloween season, but I didn't get a chance to, but hopefully I'll do that next year, because that sounds really good. And I haven't heard many people talk about it, but I know this caught my eye since I saw it at Barnes & Noble, and yeah, again, I just wished I've read this year, but maybe next year, maybe, who knows. And the next book that I wished I'd read this year is My Contrary Mary by Cynthia Han, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. This is their latest, this is the new series, which is all about the different Marys. I wish they continue with the different Janes, because I know there's a lot more Janes out there, but this is about Mary of Scots, and I think she turns into a mouse, if I remember correctly, and I honestly love their books so much, even though the last one, I enjoyed it, but not as much as the others. I wish I'd read this year, because I enjoy their books for Miley Jane's books on audiobook, and I do hope to pick this up just because I love their works, and I just love their writing style, and I just feel bad for not picking this up. I'm not sure if this is over. Yeah, it's almost 500 pages. That's probably why I didn't pick it up, but like I said, I usually listen to their books on audiobook, but I do hope to read this next year, because I do really love their works, and I do want to know what Mary of Scots is like in here, and plus I don't read a lot of historical fiction this year, and I do hope I would pick some more up next year. And the next book that I wish that I've read this year is Small Favors by Erin A. Craig. I've read Heart of Stone and Sorrows earlier this year, and I was hoping I would, and I enjoyed her book so much that I wanted to pick up her latest one. I don't think this one is based on a fairy tale as far as I know, but I do really wanted to try this out. But I honestly think this is like a murder mystery kind of story. I don't remember, but I did want to give it a try just because I really enjoyed her previous book, and I feel bad for not picking this up just because like I said, I enjoyed her previous work, so maybe I'll do that, read it next year, just because, like I said, I enjoyed her previous work so much that I wanted to give this one a try. And the next book that I wish that I've read this year is Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. Oh my gosh, I'm saying the wrong author, and I apologize for that. This is by Margaret Rogerson, and I picked up this book because I enjoyed her previous works, The Enchantment of Ravens and Sorcery of Thorns, and this is the first book in a new fantasy duology if I remember correctly. And all I know about this book is about a girl who has a power to help ghosts pass on, if I remember from the synopsis. But I just wanted to try it out because I liked her previous work so much, and I honestly feel bad for not reading it this year just because I didn't think that I would have. Not saying like I didn't have the time, but it's just like I said, in the beginning of this video, I've read so many good books, but I feel bad for not reading the ones that were released this year. So yeah, I do want to give this a try because I mean this cover is so gorgeous, and like I said, I liked her previous works, and maybe I'll read this next year. I mean, only time will tell, but I still want to give on this one a try because I heard nothing but good things about it. And the next book that I wished I've read this year is Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. This is about a girl who just wants to give up on relationships altogether, and then she meets this guy in dancing class, and that's all I know about it. I've read both of her works, the Everything and The Sun Is Also Star, which I've read the end of in 2020, and I loved it so much that I wanted to try out this one. I know this is her latest one, obviously, and it sounds so cute, and I feel bad for not picking it up, and plus it's so short, and I'm like, why didn't I pick this up? But I just really, I just wanted to give this one a go this year, but I didn't for some reason. But I've been very busy with my schedule, but I do really want to read this book just because I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I've read Nicola Yoon's previous works, and I wanted to read this one because it sounds so cute, and yeah, and I do really hope I do pick this up, because I would think this would be one of my favorite books of the year, even though I didn't even read in 2021, but maybe next year I will read it. But like I said, who knows? The next book that I wished I read in 2021 is Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. This is the sequel to Our Violent Delights duology. This is if you haven't read the first book is a Romeo and Juliet retelling that takes place in Shanghai in 1920s. I read Our Violent Delights earlier this year that I wanted to pick this up because the ending is like driving me crazy, and I wanted to see how the story ends, and I honestly didn't pick it up because I couldn't fit on my TBR, even though I could have just squeezed it in. But I do really want to pick this up very soon just because I really love Our Violent Delight so much that I had to pick this up, and I do hope next year that I will actually pick it up, even though I really suck at keeping up with sequels or book series in general. The next book that I wished I read in 2021 is Our Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This is her latest work that takes place in the same world as Caraval, but she said you don't have to read Caraval series in order to read this one, and I was so excited to pick this up, but I did not pick it up. I'm so mad at myself for not picking this up because I love Caraval so much, and the Caraval series so much, and I do hope to pick this up just because I just love her writing style, and I love the characters that she brought to life in the pages, and I do really hope that I would read this soon, even though I always say that and then I don't pick books up right away, and I'm just really mad at myself for not picking this up when it's one of my most anticipated releases of 2021, and I just haven't, but I still hope that I will, like I said, a lot of books in this video, that I would pick them up just because, like, especially this one, I felt bad for not picking it up when I know I wanted to read it because I love Stephanie Garber's Caraval series so much. And the next book that I wished I read in 2021 is Skyborn Sparrow Rising by Jessica Corey. I've read her one of her books, The Forbidden Wish by her, and I really enjoy that. I know she wrote another middle grade book where it's a magic school with music, as far as I know, but I know this one came out this year, and I saw this on the shelves, and it just sounded cute, and it's basically it's a fantasy world about where each character is from different groups based on birds, from what I know, and it just sounds really interesting to me, and I mean, the cover, I could not say no to the cover. It's so gorgeous, and I do want to give this a try because I didn't know she wrote middle grade before I saw this, and I again, I just thought I would give it a try, and maybe I will read this soon, and because Belgrade is usually semi-quick read for me, but I still, like, don't want to keep rushing myself with reading because it puts me in a reading slump a lot, but I do wish I read this year because I probably will have enjoyed it and it will be my favorite Belgrade of a year or something. I don't know, but I still hope I would pick this up soon like other books on this list. And the last book that I wished I read this year, even though there was a lot more 2021 books that I wished I read this year, but the last one on my list is The Queen Will Portray You by Sarah Henning, and this is the sequel to The Princess Will Save You. And if you haven't read the first book is about a princess who falls in love with a farm boy, and then the farm boy gets captured, and then she goes save him. It's basically Princess Bride retelling it, except Buttercup would say Wesley, basically, and I love that book. I love The Princess Will Save You so much that I wanted to read the sequel, and I don't know the third book is coming out in 2022, which I'm like, I need to pick this up so I can pick up the third book, and I think that's the last book of this series. I'm not sure, but I just love Sarah Henning's writing style, and I love her Sea Witch duology, and I love the Princess Will Save You, and I really wish I read this just because I just love the characters so much, and I love the world, and I really still mad at myself that I didn't pick it up in 2021. So that's all the books I wished I've read in 2021. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and comment down below what books that you wish that you read in 2021. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button and click the bell icon so you notified when I post new videos. Also, you can follow me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, which all links will be down below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!